When does baseball start? Does anybody know when baseball starts? I need baseball starting. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. What's going on, everybody? We made it to the weekend. That's right. It's Fridays. We're on the Friday edition here of Winning Bets. As we give out bets on the Daily Show, we're not giving out any winning bets this week. That's for damn sure. It's brutal what's going on. It's unreal. What a wild day yesterday in the NBA. NBA trade deadline was so wild. Bulls getting Vooch there from the Magic. The Nuggets, they got Aaron Gordon. And they also got a sneaky good, backup center there in McGee. They pried him off of Cleveland. I thought that was a nice pickup. The Heat traded Oladipo. He's going to go ahead and rest, though, tonight. Long flight to Miami. He's a little bit worn out, so Oladipo won't be taking a part in tonight's action in that game. Clippers went ahead and got Rajon Rondo. That was a real nice, good move for them. Mavs also got J.J. Redick, so that'll give them a nice, good perimeter shooter there. So just a wild day in the NBA. Seemed like anytime I got on Twitter, there was definitely at least one trade that had happened in between, the last time of checking, but usually multiple trades. Just absolutely, tons of transaction. Player movement was all over the place. So a wild day in the NBA for sure. Let's go ahead and recap yesterday. I guess on the good news is I didn't go over 3 yesterday in the NBA. I mean, just getting my ass kicked is it would be putting it, mildly. I'm just, it's just rough. It's absolutely rough. So, yeah, I didn't go over 3 yesterday. That's because Jimmy Butler, he decided not to play yesterday. He had a little bit of an illness, so voided. That bet was voided. The other 2 bets missed the 76ers and Lakers, missed it by one shot. One shot. I was one shot away from getting that over to cash, and that was a good bet. That we got that bet in at over 211.5. That bet or that line closed at 215, so a lot of money came in on the over, and the sportsbooks absolutely cleaned up on that. Again, we were just one made basket as there was 210 points in that basket. And then the other bet that we made on the night was Tobias Harris, and just kind of the general theme of just being on the wrong side of things. Kind of told you guys how Tobias Harris had been taking the most shots since Joel Embiid had been on the shelf there with that knee injury. Well, last night he was outshot by several of his teammates. So just come on, man. What the one night that you want to not lead the team in shot attempts, I got to go ahead and back you. Just unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. Just can't make the right decision, it seems, this week. And because of that, I don't even have an NBA play tonight. I don't know. I'm still analyzing the slate, but may also just take a step back from the NBA. I don't need to just keep getting my ass kicked to get my ass kicked, for the sake of it. I could certainly back off. It's just, wow, it's just brutal. And I hate it. Just laughing about it just because of trying to, get past it and make light of it and understand that, losses will happen. But boy, just brutal. So what I am looking forward to this weekend is the NASCAR race. They're running on dirt for the first time in NASCAR since 1970. It's completely, it has the potential to be an absolute shit show. I mean, like I said, these guys haven't done it since 1970. You've got a lot of guys on the Cup Series that don't even have dirt experience mixed in with some guys that, do have Cup experience for some lower levels. So if you remove the top guys, you can't really bet on Briscoe or Dillon or Kyle Larson this week just because those guys are some of the heavily favorite guys. So I took the next 4 guys that have dirt experience, but then also have good odds at plus odds to make the top 10. That's what I did. I took Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, and Chris Wyndham to all make the top 10. And as you can see there, I didn't put a lot of bet on this. Look, because we really don't know what's going to happen in this race. So I just put a quarter of a unit on each. So a total of 1 unit in play altogether. So a quarter unit on each for 1 unit total. Because I think the start of this race is going to be wild as people, kind of get adjusted to, driving on dirt. Restarts are going to just be absolutely a shit show, I think, when the cars are, obviously cars are packed in on a tight radius there anyways because Bristol's such a short track, but obviously, restarts just bunches them up that much and, guys trying to get, started off the restart. I think that's going to be wild. And then at the end, I think is also going to be absolutely wild when guys are, vying for that win because we know that if you win a race, you automatically qualify for the playoffs. Obviously, that assumes that there's not going to be more than 16 winners. But if we just take it on the surface that there's only going to be 16 winners max, like there is in the past, yeah, the winner of this track, will get in the playoffs. So you're looking at like, maybe like a Chase Briscoe. A Chase Briscoe, he's not going to win another race, throughout the course of the season, at least I don't believe. But if he goes ahead and wins this dirt track, now all of a sudden he's in the playoff spot. So this could be a big race of a guy that really is not going to really be competing for the championship, could steal an all valuable playoff spot. So yeah, I think the end of this race could be absolutely wild. There will certainly be wrecks throughout it. Hopefully, these 4 guys don't get taken out. That's obviously the fear. So that's why I didn't put a unit on each, or I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm going to be sitting there watching the whole race as a NASCAR fan and enjoying the action there. So, but I wanted to, these 4 guys have legitimate dirt experience. I think they can do well, and all I need them to do is finish in the top 10 with all of them at plus odds. Really just need 2 of the 4, to come home for me. So hopefully they can do that. Otherwise, guys, I want to give you my 2 answers on the Fox Bet Super 6 on the quiz show for $10,000. There's 2 questions that involve, sports-related stuff. Question 2 is, which Sweet 16 will be closest final score? I assume they're talking about win margin here, closest final score. So we're going to assume they're talking about win margin. I'm going to go say Houston versus Syracuse. I think that's going to be a really close game. Look, Syracuse is a tough team to prepare for, just running that defensive system that they run there with the zone. So, that could give Houston some problems. And then I also think this game should be generally low scoring, which will hopefully, keep it close. So I like Houston and Syracuse to be the closest final score. And then question 3 will be, which driver will gain the most positions? This one's going to be tough because we don't know the starting order. They're actually doing qualifying this weekend for that Bristol dirt race where they haven't done, throughout the season. And it's large in part because NASCAR hasn't done it since 1970, so they will at least want to get these guys some practice time on the dirt. So without knowing the qualifying order, there's a couple avenues you can take this. Is you can take, maybe you can take the guys that are, gonna run good on dirt, or at least you expect them to run good on dirt. But if you take them, they're probably going to maybe qualify good. I think maybe you could also have that argument as, well, if they're going to run good, they're probably going to qualify good, so maybe they won't have that many positions to come up. But it's, you only get, I think it's a 4-lap qualifying, if I recall correctly. So you don't get a lot of laps to, really get in the qualifying there. No, I think it's 4:15 lap. That's what I think it's 4:15 lap qualifying. Either way, it's not a whole lot of laps to really set up your car and get it going. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Chase Briscoe on this, but I'm between him or Austin Dillon. Like, these 2 guys are, have legitimate dirt track experience, so I expect them, to have a good weekend. So hopefully maybe they don't qualify too good, and we'll have an opportunity to maybe start maybe somewhere in that middle of the pack, and then as long as they don't get wrecked, I definitely think, they can climb their way, to the top of that leaderboard throughout the course of this race. So that's how I'll go ahead and answer those 2 questions. Otherwise, guys, maybe I'll kind of keep coving over the NBA action. Maybe I'll get a little confidence here. Maybe I'll get some good feeling in me, and I'll go pull a trigger on an NBA bet. But for right now, like I said, I'm getting my ass kicked, and I hate that feeling. I hate that feeling for you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep combing over the research, see if I feel confident, and maybe I'll pull that trigger a little bit later on. So otherwise, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Look for me on Twitter to maybe put out some more bets throughout this weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys back on Monday's show. Have a good one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.